We'll start by welcoming our San Francisco Mayor, Ed Lee. And next, please welcome our retiring airport director, John Martin. And please welcome our newly appointed airport director, Ivar Sadero. All right, we're also going to invite a couple of other members of our team from the San Mateo Labor Council. Please welcome Shelley Kessler. Representing the interim boarding area B team from Turner, please welcome Tina Smith, and from Corrigan, Jeff Mangles. Representing the Terminal 1C project, Terminal 1 Central, John Ball from Hensel Phelps, and Ismail Pugeda. From the new boarding area B team, from the Design Build Group, Ralph Ketchum. And from Construction Management, Aram Kamenapur. Okay, we're going to pause for a moment to take photos, and then we're going to let these gentlemen take a swing.
I didn't get the memo about green being the color today. Sorry, I stand out here. Before we get started, I just think it's appropriate to recognize the suffering that's going on from the victims of the Istanbul terrorist attack yesterday. And so I would just like to offer a moment of silence for the victims and their families before we start the program. Thanks. So, thank you for everyone being here with us today. And I'd particularly like to acknowledge some special guests we have here. First, Linda Creighton. Linda, our Vice President of the Airport Commission. So glad to have you with us here today. And we also have representatives from Congresswoman Jackie Spears' office. If you would raise your hand, thank you so much also for being here. Back, thank you. Great to have you here. I'd also like to welcome the members of the San Mateo County Labor Council, with whom we share such a strong partnership in all of these programs, and also representatives from the many design and construction firms that will guarantee the successful delivery of this project. We're so glad to have all you here with us as well. So I think this is an exciting time. This is an exciting project, and it signals a transformation for SFO, and it's the perfect opportunity to talk about the transformation that's happened over the past 20 years. As you know, our director, John Martin, is retiring after 21 years as airport director. Big round of applause for John, please. And talk about transformation. This airport over the past 21 years has just seen essentially redevelopment of every facility under John's leadership. And it's been a tremendous thing for the airport and the traveling public, as well as the city and county of San Francisco. And, I think about the 1990s and the transformation that occurred in the 90s, and John led a $3 billion renovation, a master plan expansion program of this airport, a new international terminal, an air train system, a BART connection to SFO, new cargo facilities. We also have a new rental car center. And so you think about that transformation of the 90s and how impactful that's been to the customer experience and in a very positive way, and to the revenues of this airport. And I think about after 9/11 and John and his leadership through the recovery of SFO following 9/11, and his determination to continue to deliver exceptional facilities, and the Terminal 2 redevelopment that we did. Just an amazing project that set so many new standards for this airport, standards of excellence in passenger experience, excellence in sustainability. In fact, it was the first terminal in the world to achieve LEED Gold certification. And just a fantastic accomplishment in setting the standard for future terminal projects at the airport. And then I think about the most recent 4 years under John's watchful eye, and just the tremendous amount of work we've done with the growth that we've experienced. We have a new air traffic control tower, a beautiful symbol for this airport, an icon, a new icon for the city and county of San Francisco. We have a renovated Terminal 3 East and Boarding Area E program, again delivering just such an exceptional passenger experience. And then I think about the future of this airport and this Terminal 1 program, and again, an opportunity for transformation and all of the preparation that it's taken under John's leadership to get us to this point. And this is a really exciting day. And I'm excited to carry forward the vision that John originally established for this airport to provide for that exceptional passenger experience. And where we're standing is in this interim Boarding Area B facility. And so some facts about this is a temporary facility that allows Southwest to continue to operate. And so we are offering 9 gates out of this facility and essentially building a 24-gate operation around this operation. So very challenging, and is going to require just the most of our project team. It'll create a new lobby and a consolidated checkpoint and really improve that passenger experience, as well as new shopping and dining concepts serving both boarding areas B and C, and elevate that again to that leading edge of terminal experience worldwide. I would say a worldwide quality facility. And so, interesting, I think a key part of this Boarding Area B project is that it will have the capacity to deal with international as well as domestic operations. And so that's a tremendous benefit to give us the flexibility to continue to allow for the efficient use of our facilities and maximizing new flights and new aircraft types that has been so much part of our success over the recent past. And it'll also provide for post-security connectivity between 4 of the 7 boarding areas at our airport. And in the near future, we'll build a connector between T2 and T3, which will then allow us post-security access to all of our boarding areas, and just, again, a tremendous thing for our passengers. And so I also think about this terminal program as the benefit that it provides to our communities and to our small businesses. And we're so focused on local business participation, and we've set a goal of 25% small local business participation and $300 million of benefit through the contract that we're estimating that will go to local and small business and our communities. And we've been so successful with our project delivery approach, and we will continue to use such a partnering approach with our teams. We are in the midst of and have completed about $2 billion worth of work through this model without a single claim. And so it continues to allow us to deliver just such exceptional projects. And lastly, again, to turn back to sustainability, we will achieve LEED Gold certification for this facility, and we will make it net zero ready. So as we develop our future renewables program, it will give us that leverage to make this a net zero facility. So with that, I want to thank the entire Terminal 1 team and thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Ivar. Now please welcome the head of the San Mateo Labor Council, Shelley Kessler.
Greetings, Shelley Kessler. San Mateo Labor Council represents 110 unions and about 75,000 workers here in the San Mateo County in the Bay Area. And to echo what Ivar said, it's really an exciting time here at SFO. With the groundbreaking at Terminal 1, we can embrace great opportunities that it will provide. Thousands of new jobs with local union labor getting fair wages to construct, create, and populate this state-of-the-art building. And that's about to be realized, as you all know. The positive result of this is in no small measure due to the creative cooperation between Director John Martin and our labor community. As your last major construction project proceeds, you can be so proud that it's going to be done right with a project labor agreement with our construction and building trades organizations represented by James Gomez, who's the head of the Building Trades Council, and many of the members that are here today. John Martin has also provided incredible leadership to guarantee that the workers who will be delivering the services in T1 will be compensated fairly as they take care of the traveling public to ensure that a professional experience is had by all. From pilots to janitors, employees at SFO take their jobs very seriously and take pride in the work that they do. The fact that John Martin understands this and appreciates the fact that we work hard on behalf of this airport is one of the reasons we are going to be honoring him July 29th at our event. We are grateful for the partnership that we've had with this airport. And we have developed that partnership with this community, which is different and unique to any other airport in the United States of America. And for that, we are so proud of you, John. And for the team led by Ivar Sataro that will continue in our hope to have the mutual respect that you've developed over the years. So on behalf of the labor community, we want to thank you and all of you here at the airport who are doing this work and doing it in partnership with all of us who are here working to serve all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley. And now please welcome the San Francisco Mayor, Ed Lee.
Well, everybody, thank you for being here this morning at our SFO. I am in deep appreciation for what has gone on at our airport for a number of reasons. Did you know in 2015, 50 million people came through our airport, a record-setting number, and if all indications are right, both John and Ivar, it's going to exceed that number probably this year. And when they come in, we get the compliments. I often have international visitors come in and they're shaking their heads saying, God, how come your airport looks like a hotel lobby when they come in? And it's really the thought process, the planning that has gone on. I know John came from a financial world before he became the airport director, and he's led our airport, but also kind of infiltrated the mindset of everybody here. And Ivar's got the pleasure of really having this new leadership take on. But I also want to say thank you to the commissioners, some of whom probably have been out the airport here as long as John has. And through the leadership of the commission, the staff, the vendors that are out here, of course, the airlines that are really have a lot of investor confidence in our airport, we've done it right. And you look at what Terminal 1 means, it's about a $2.4 billion investment that's about to happen. But it's part of a $4.5 billion capital plan that the airport has, and it complements the kind of financial planning that our city has always been supportive of and been nurturing every single department who has assets like the airport does to make long-term planning at the center of what it does, because when you do that planning, then you can satisfy 75,000 people. That's part of the Labor Council here, Shelley. And I want to say that, Shelley, I've got to say this, that I'm always looking at the unemployment rate. And every time San Francisco goes down, San Mateo's unemployment rate goes down even further. It's got to be this airport, Shelley. And it is in great part, but we're glad to do it because we don't know. And I'm always, and you've seen my announcements already, I'm having to plan time and time again for any cause of economic downturn. But that's why we have these very incredible infrastructure planning for the city. I get to be in charge of a 10-year capital plan, of which the airport is a great part of that, $4.5 billion of it, of a $30.5 billion infrastructure 10-year capital plan for all of our city departments. And as we plan these things out, and as we make the proper investment, as we get the projects done on time, on budget, and as we celebrate the LEED certification and the green designs and the the greenhouse gas reduction that all these designs are part of, we not only modernize infrastructures like the airport, we bring in even more of our constituents to enjoy the airport and to use it properly. So I must say that I am appreciative of everyone involved, of the engineers, the design firms, the ones that are working with us on the financial part, the management of the airport, of course, the incredible work that our commission is doing to make sure everybody is included. This airport is for everyone, and that's why it is a contributor to the entire Northern California economy. It's such a center of industrial and of job creation and of helping so many people out. We also are appreciative that in March of this year, our airport received what we call the Level 3 accreditation of reducing greenhouse gas emissions. It is a very, very high award. In fact, I think we're the only airport in California to have received that Level 3 recognition, and the second airport in the United States to receive it. So again, another accolade. The new tower, the aviation tower that we're maybe less than a year away from opening, has already received engineering recognition across the country, time and time again. But I love when people just say, I'm at the hotel lobby at the airport, because that's what gives everybody the feeling that they're in a comfortable place where not only the restaurants are reflective of the diversity of the Bay Area, but they're world class. We even have a museum at our airport, with a lot of people shake their heads. You got a museum at your airport? And then I got my name saying, Ed Lee, Mayor San Francisco welcomes you to San Francisco. So I'm very proud of that as well. This entire staff has really to be congratulated, because it's an economic engine for everyone. We need that when we don't know what will happen in the future. I want this to be the shining example of how good financial planning and good commitments and a strong investor confidence in the world, and the contractors that are here, all of you, those primes and subs that are working in joint ventures and partnership, I want to thank you well for really opening your doors and making sure people go to work. That number one thing that everybody says is, let's get to work, and I know we're eager to go to work here. Just a moment that I want to say again to John Martin, who's going to go into a quiet life. I'm looking at these videos, and I'm sure I'm saying I want to make sure my yogurt stand is appropriately placed. And of course, John is going to say my yoga stand, where that's going to be placed. And we're all anticipating how this Terminal 1 will turn out for everyone. Really excited. Can't wait. 2024 seems like a long ways, but it'll be shortly here. And it'll be complementing all the other things that the airport's doing in its infrastructure. So John, I want to say again, I know Ivar's going to be a great airport director with the team he's assembled, but we also take a moment and thank those that have really led the way, who've carved the way for us for over 21 years. I know you want a quiet life, but I want you to be back with me in maybe I'll put in a yoga uniform with you and come out here. in 2024 and really experience the opening of this great Terminal 1. So thank you, John, for all your wonderful years, your leadership, and you've been a star among all of our department heads, and we greatly appreciate that. Everybody, let's go to work, huh? All right.
Thank you, Mayor Lee. And now, please, a warm round of applause in his final public appearance, retiring Airport Director John Martin.
Thank you. So first want to acknowledge Assemblyman Kevin Mullen as a staff person who just arrived. Thank you for being here and for Assemblyman Mullen's support. And also, Mr. Mayor, Ivar Sadaro just whispered in my ear that he'll have the first part of this building open in 2019 while you're still mayor. So the first opening event will be in 2019, ultimately complete about fully complete 6 or 7 years. But 17 gates, is that right, Ivar? First phase is 17 gates in 2019. So just a little reminiscing I was doing as I was standing here. I came to San Francisco for the very first time just a little bit more than 35 years ago. Flew out here from graduate school for a job interview with SFO, right into this building on World Airways. And I looked around this terminal, this boarding area, looked around the whole airport, and I thought, this is the worst boarding area. I remember thinking it looked like a bus terminal. So in that time that I've been here, 35 years, a lot of improvements have been made to this boarding area, but I always wanted to see it demolished and fully replaced. And in the last 20 years, we've virtually rebuilt the whole airport. A new international terminal, BART to the airport, AirTrain system, new parking garages, new Terminal 2 that really set a new standard for airport terminals worldwide. Big improvements in Terminal 3, but the one piece we hadn't gotten to was to demolish boarding area B. So it was a great pleasure to lift that sledgehammer and finally start work on tearing this place down. Part of this boarding area was actually built in 1962 as a temporary structure. So 54 years later, we're finally getting to taking it down. So we undertake our projects in a unique way. We have very strong finances at the airport, extraordinarily strong concession sales from the yogurt stands and all of our other San Francisco concessions. And that allows us to finance our own facilities. We don't need third-party developers. We don't need to ask the airlines to build facilities. We build it ourselves, so we can ensure the highest quality. We can maximize flexibility. We can reallocate gates on an annual basis as we do, and that allows us to accommodate new carriers. So we were able to welcome Virgin America about 9 years ago, ensuring them they'd have the gates they'd need to grow. Then we were able to welcome JetBlue and Southwest. And with those carriers, we've really had an extraordinary high level of competition. One of the strongest competition levels at any airport in the country. And that means low fares. Much lower fares means millions of more room nights a year at the hotels in San Francisco. So keeping this airport competitive is very important, and our philosophy on how we finance and control our facilities has been a key part of that. And we've had an extraordinary team in delivering our projects that Ivar's been a leader on for 20 years, delivering projects on schedule, within budget. I don't think we've had a construction lawsuit in over 10 years. We're really the envy of the public sector nationwide, and they look to our construction approach as a model and how they should, one that they should follow as well. And our model is one based on partnering. We embrace partnering. We embrace partnering with the construction industry, contractors, architects, engineers, construction managers, partnering with the airlines and our concessionaires, with other city departments, with labor, a key partnering relationship. And that partnering is one of transparency, setting common goals, ensuring clear, open communication, and that's what allows us to deliver exceptional projects. Not just projects on schedule within budget, but projects that are exceptional from a passenger point of view. We aim to surprise the passengers with the level of amenities and services that we deliver. We did that in Terminal 2. I'm confident that Ivar and the team will do that here. Our aim is to revolutionize the passenger experience. We're always aiming to get even better, and I'm confident that when I come back 4 years from now as a passenger and walk through this building, I will have an extraordinary experience. So thank you all for being here today, and really very satisfying for me as airport director to, after 35 years, finally see this old building torn down and work start on a new boarding area B and a new Terminal 1. Thank you.